Evening, all. It is the live watch along on Leeds Lately of Leeds United versus QP at Elland Road, and we are looking forward to a big Wednesday night where hopefully we can bounce back from our defeat to Southampton at the weekend. Obviously, I missed the uploads at the weekend because I was away last week, but we're back on it now with this QPR game, so it'll be this live stream and then a match reaction afterwards as well. Depending on how I feel, if we play really well and win, then I'll be excited enough to do a match reaction and not just go to bed for work in the morning. But yeah, hopefully Leeds United get a big performance and a big win tonight. Penny Lane saying hi in the chat. Welcome, Penny. Welcome to this evening's stream. I see we've got some other people in here. We've actually got 7 viewers live at 10 likes, so I don't know how that works, but I'm sure we'll get some more people in here. Oh, we're back up to 10 viewers. I'm sure we'll get some more people in here as the evening goes on for this midweek fixture. We've obviously also got Champions League football on tonight as well, with Newcastle playing PSG and some other games going on as well. Let's have a look, actually. Champions League. Oh, Atletico Madrid are beating Feyenoord 3-2. So Shakhtar Donetsk are beating Antwerp 3-2. And then you've got Kvene Young Boys, Dortmund, Milan, Newcastle, PSG, Leipzig, Man City, Porto, Barcelona, and Celtic versus Lazio. So they are all going on tonight as well. And then if we have a look at the Championship as opposed to the Champions League, we'll see that we have 6 games going on tonight. 6 games tonight at the same time, all kicking off at 7:45. You've got Leicester City versus Preston, so clash at the top of the table there. Hopefully Preston are the one that wins that, because realistically Leicester are more likely to keep up their form throughout the season than Preston are, and hopefully it would just slow down the momentum of Leicester a little bit. But Leicester are at home in that game. And you've got Swansea, Norwich City, obviously Leeds United, QPR, seeing scenes from Elland Road right now. It's starting to fill up. And then you've got Sunderland, Watford at the Stadium of Light, Coventry, Blackburn, and then Rotherham, Bristol City. As the table stands at the moment, Ipswich top, then Leicester, then Preston, Sunderland, West Brom and Norwich. And then when you go all the way down to 12th, that's where you'll find Leeds United. Like I said, big game tonight. We really need to get some more points on the board to try and climb that table a little bit. Amy Paul is saying, come on, lads, nice, easy 3-0. Yes, I'm hoping for a 3-0. You know, when I started setting up the graphics for the watch-along, it was left at 3-0 from the Watford watch-along. So I'm hoping that that's a little bit of a sign that we go out and we batter another team 3-0. And hopefully the weekend against Southampton was just a little bit of a blip. But yes, let's have a look actually at, I can show you now. Let's move this way. Hey, there we go. There's the lineup. Meslier net, Ayling at right back, Rodon, Strauch at centre backs, Byram at left back. Then you've got Ampadu and Gray in the holding midfield roles. Then forward from them, you've got Anthony, Pirro, and Somerville with Jorginho up top. So a strong side. Ayling does come in for this one, and Byram goes back into his left back position that he's primarily played for Leeds. This time he's been at the club. Also, if you want to put stuff in the chat, make sure you hit that sub button and you'll be able to chat down below. Otherwise, you can't, because it's in subscriber only mode, so that we don't get loads of, I know we won't get loads of QPR fans, but it's usually on so that we don't get opposition fans coming in and trying to be annoying. And if they do, they have to subscribe to the channel. So it's a win-win. Yes. So Penny Lane saying, we need to be more consistent. Come on, Leeds, a win tonight will cheer us up. Good to see Archie on tonight. Yeah, I think Archie just did need a little bit of a rest, but I'm very happy to see him back in the starting lineup. I don't want to see him lose his place permanently, because he's a very, very good player and a very good, promising, exciting youngster. Let's not forget he's only 17 years old still. So, yes, hoping for a big performance from Archie today, being back in the squad. Ayling gets a chance to prove his worth. I have a feeling that he might come off a little bit later on. But obviously we have got the injury to Jed Spence, which has been a bit of a blow because he was looking like he'd be a really, really good player for us down that right-hand side. And obviously we've lost him to injury for the next 5 or 6 weeks. Let's have a look at that lineup again. Oh, yes, Anthony as well has come in. I think he's earned himself a bit of a start. Then you've got Somerville, Perrault and Rutter. Hopefully they can link up a little bit better than they did against Southampton at the weekend. Alex Rand saying who would come on at right back if Ayling goes off, and that is actually a very interesting question. So let's have a look at the team sheet because I've obviously only got the starters on there. So you've got Cresswell, Cooper, Gruev, Kamara, Paveda, James, Gelhardt, Bamford on the bench. So Shackleton's not on the bench. Oh yes, he's injured, isn't he? I know there was some injuries. So actually, probably no one. Good shout, to be fair, Alex. I don't think we've got anyone that can come on and play right back. Rob saying morning team, morning Max at 4:41 a.m. Oh, this is a rough one for you, isn't it? 4:41 a.m. That is awful. I do not envy you whatsoever. Obviously 7:45 kickoff here in the UK. Currently 7:42. I'm looking forward to seeing the players get out on the pitch and hopefully play some of their best football in the Leeds United shirt. Ayling is the captain tonight as Cooper has dropped to the bench. Not really sure why Cooper needed to start against Southampton. I really think Rodon would have done a better job. He didn't really do anything wrong other than get that red card, which I don't think was a fair red card anyway. Alex Rand saying this start time is my favourite, 2:45, where I am in America. Fair enough, actually. Yeah, it's probably quite a good time in the afternoon. Rob Bailey saying it's actually a decent time in Vegas. It might be different in a much cooler climate, but better than 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Yeah, to be fair, here at that time it would be absolutely freezing cold. Although it's never really that freezing cold in this office because it's a very small room. It's well insulated and my PC heats it up as well. Which actually, good shout. Thanks for reminding me of that. I sort of got myself onto a train of thought. I need to put my fan on that's behind my monitors that keeps my camera cool, because those of you who are real OGs of the channel will remember every now and again it was either on Joe's live streams or on whilst I was actually live doing a live watch along, my camera would just go, the screen would go black and it would say overheating, please wait for it to cool down or whatever, and people would just be sat watching a live stream of that, and I was like, I'm still here. Players are heading out onto the pitch now. Isaac L saying 12:45 p.m. for me, not too bad, but by the time it ends it will be. Penny Lane saying 4:41 is the middle of the night for the UK. Nice of you to get up. Peter Horsley saying let's start with a clean sheet. Yeah, absolutely. I think if we go back to the defensive structure that we had in the Watford game and the Millwall game, where we were really strong at the back, then we stand a lot better of a chance, don't we? Yeah, Rob, I was just looking at Gareth Ainsworth, thinking he looks a bit of a character, shall we say. Just putting a blanket over my legs because I've got shorts on. I feel like an old man. I've got 53 people in the chat now. That's great. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. If you want to get score predictions, anything like that down in the chat, or just chat to me in general about the game, then do so. Let's talk about lineups, though. Ilan Melier in goal. Sam Byram at left back. Then you've got Rodon and Strauch at centre-backs, Ayling at right-back, captain in the team, Ampadu and Gray in midfield. Then ahead of them, you've got Anthony, Perrault and Somerville, with Jorginho Rutter up front. And it looks to be a pretty strong attacking side, and I think we're going to have to try and go and get an early goal to settle the nerves here after what's happened in the last few weeks. Renee saying hi from Texas to everyone. Hi, Renee. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Again, I won't talk about it much, but in the link down below, you'll find classic football shirts. Use Leeds Lately 10 at checkout for 10% off, and there's authentic shirts from the time that they actually came out. Viduka shirts. I'm sure there was David Batty shirts as well. Loads of different ones on there. If you just search Leeds United, use the link down below and use Leeds Lately 10 at checkout, you get 10% off as well. But yeah, I won't mention that again, but it will pop up throughout the stream. Alex Hurst saying, watching on my 30th birthday. Please don't Leeds us up, boys. Happy birthday, Alex. Hopefully Leeds get a big old dub for you tonight, and you can enjoy a peaceful night's sleep as a 30-year-old with a win under our belt in the Championship as well. Good to see Rodon on. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I'm happy with Rodon playing. I really like Rodon. I really like what he's about and how he's played for us so far. I will be pressing the kickoff shortly on my feed. It hasn't actually kicked off yet. But as always, please don't put it in the chat when a goal goes in this game unless I've reacted to it. If I've reacted to it, then you can start talking about it, but there's not much of a delay, so I don't want a spoiler, basically, because I won't celebrate properly. And it'd be much better if everybody just waits until I celebrate. So thanks for that public service announcement. And we are underway here at Elland Road. QPR take the kickoff and instantly send a long ball towards their attackers, but it's cut out by Anthony and then sent long again by QPR. And Pascal Strike's battling for it. QPR have the ball, though, with Elias Chair, somebody who I really think would be a good signing for Leeds in that number 10 role. Jorginho Rutter trying to hold the ball up now. Leeds trying to get to the halfway line, and the ball's gone out for a Leeds United throw-in. Bit of a chaotic start, but Leeds now have a throw-in with Samuel Byram, who I must say has been really, really good since he came back. A really good free sign, and I'm really impressed with him. Such a classy professional. Sam Field as well, who Leeds are obviously also linked with at the very start of the window, playing for QPR tonight, and I think it's Jack Colback as well in the midfield with him. Yeah, Rob saying LUTV is 45 seconds ahead. Please don't spoil. Please don't spoil the call, please, peoples. Yes, that's exactly, yeah. I'm sick of paying £10 per match. Yeah, it's extortionate, isn't it, when it adds up to all of them. Can you not pay? I don't think you can. I was going to say, can you not pay monthly for all the games? But you can't, can you? Sam Byram with a long throw in down the touchline now into the path of Anthony, who has the ball in the corner and then is tackled out for a throw in to Leeds United. So Leeds have gained some good yards there and now in an attacking position with this throw in. Sam Byram now taking this throw in into Pirro, then back to Sam Byram, looking to try and get the ball in the box, then to Pirro. Leeds just managed to keep the ball in and still managed to keep the ball in with Ethan Ampadu. Now Sam Byram looks to curl one into the box. It's going towards the back post and Ayling wasn't quite able to get there. Kenneth Parle headed that one away and Elias Chair is able to clear even further until Joe Rodon and Pascal Strauch clean it up. It's an okay start for here from Leeds. I know it's only 2 minutes in, but we have had the ball in their third a little bit, trying to fashion something, but they do seem like they're going to be organised and solid defensively, really trying to get out to us and stop us getting the ball in the box. Byram leaves that one for Anthony, and Anthony cuts back into the midfield where Ethan Ampadu gets it and passes it on to his compatriot, Joe Rodon. Then out to Archie Gray. Archie Gray obviously coming back in tonight after Kamara took his place for a while, but I think he was just needing a little bit of a rest. Ethan Ampadu does well to control that and then spreads the play out wide. Now Luke Ayling trying to join the attack. Somerville drops short for him and gets the ball. Jack Colback's on his back and he's absolutely sent him for a hot dog. Rutte tries to squeeze that one through, but it doesn't go through, and Archie Gray picks it up, gives it to Ampadu, then to Somerville. Leeds are just recycling possession, playing forward and backward, side to side, just trying to fashion a bit of an opening here. But what QPR are really good at doing in this game so far is plugging the gaps and not really allowing Leeds to have space to pass the ball as Archie Gray gets too much on that header, and it's going to go out for a QPR throw-in by their own corner flag. Hi, Karen. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you in here. Clark Salter then getting ready to take this throw-in. Got 111 people in the chat now and only 35 likes. Let's try and get that up to 50. That would be great. Render saying, hey up, Max. Hope you're well, fella. Yes, I'm good. Thank you. Hope you're okay too, mate. Just looking forward to seeing Leeds perform tonight and hopefully get a result. Just makes the week a little bit better, doesn't it? It's only Wednesday and you're like, oh, work and stuff. But then if Leeds win on a Wednesday night, it's like, oh, it's nearly the weekend and we've won. It brings a good feeling back, and we kind of need that really to push on in this division. Good touch by Elland inside, but then a little clip off the QPR left back, has it back with a QPR player, and now Chair up against Archie Gray. Archie Gray gets a good foot in. Rob saying Archie Gray is spending a lot of time in behind Ayling doing his defending for him. Now, coincidentally, that actually is part of his responsibility. So we saw it a lot more in pre-season, and I haven't noticed it as much in the actual games that we played so far in the Championship, but it's something that I highlighted that had been done at Liverpool before. Now, you'll remember then, it's a long ball from QPR, just goes all the way out for a goal kick to Leeds. You'll remember when Liverpool played under Jurgen Klopp and Trent Alexander-Arnold was very high and wide, trying to get up and trying to get into positions where he could get the ball in the box, and he often left a big gap in behind him. Now, Jordan Henderson's role as that right central midfielder was actually to slide across to the right and fill in at the right back position. So if anything came back, he was essentially playing as a right back in the defensive phase until Trent Alexander-Arnold was able to get back in. It's actually a similar role that Archie Gray's got, just as Somerville charges into the QPR half, and now Anthony with the ball. Leeds flooding forward here, trying to get players in. Now Gray on the edge of the box, cuts it back to Ampadu. Tries to fling it into the box, and it's cleared away there by QPR. Harry Brady saying, hi, Max. Welcome to the stream, Harry. Good evening. Oh, good ball in from Anthony. Goes all the way to the back post, and Ayling can't quite touch it. And quite comically in the end, takes a bad touch and knocks it into... well, nearly into the south stand. Feel better with Rodon at the back again. Yeah, I do. I just feel more confident with him. I forgot that Asmir Begovic had gone to... QPR. He seems like a nice fella, actually. He was on the Fozcast, Ben Foster's podcast, Fozcast. And he just seemed like a nice bloke. He's played with Ibrahimovic and stuff at Milan and was talking about all that. And he was talking about basically how, I think he was a free agent at the time, and he had been playing for Everton, hadn't he? And he lives in London. His family are all in London. He just wanted somewhere a bit closer to home. So instead of going to a Saudi league or somewhere where he would have been paid a load of money, or in the Premier League somewhere where he would have sat on the bench, he went to QPR because it was in London, and he's not getting paid ridiculous wages or anything like that. So fair play to him, I think. I think not many footballers would take the drop down when he probably had the option of going on to a lot of money, but actually showing a bit of humility and stuff. So yeah, fair play to Asmir Begovic. Rob saying, I think Jorginho's somewhat of unorthodox flamboyance could be critical to unlocking defences. It's difficult to defend his array of unscripted flicks and trickery. Now, that was a tongue twister, and I don't think I made a mistake, so 10 points to me. But yeah, I agree with you, Rob. I think sometimes he's like against Ipswich. I know they weren't playing a low block or anything, but the way he played that, and he just leant into them and turned around, and suddenly he's in on goal, and you're like, oh my god, it's unorthodox, but it really works sometimes. So hopefully he can provide a little bit of that flair tonight. It's a judge to be a foul there from Jorginho Rutter himself. Matt T saying, evening Max, I bet on a 3-1 victory tonight. What are you saying? I did actually say, yeah, maybe before kickoff, and it's just a random guess, isn't it? I said a 3-0 because it was fake, because the last time I did a stream I'd left it and it still said 3-0 on the screen before I changed it to 0-0. So yeah, I think we're going to get 3 tonight. Just as Rutte puts the ball into the box to Somerville. Somerville 1-0! Yes! Just as I was talking about it. Come on! Great finish from Somerville. Love it. Come on. Jorginho and Somerville celebrating together. Love that. 1-0 Leeds United. Oh, how we needed that. We really needed that one. Excellent finish. Put it right in the bottom corner. Lovely, lovely goal from Leeds United. Happy with that one. Yeah, Byram. Oh, no. Byram nearly gets there, but then they try and keep the ball in and it goes to Rutter, and Rutter puts it across for Somerville, and Somerville scores it. Great assist from Rutter, having the confidence to just take a touch, look up, and just play it straight into his path. And then Somerville with a really calm, cultured finish into the bottom corner. Excellent goal. Very happy with that. Yeah, great ball by Rutter and calm finish. Yeah. By the way, can we just talk about how good is Jude Bellingham? I was watching the highlights from the Madrid game in the Champions League. He's just scoring a goal a game from central midfield, absolutely ripping it up, running through defences, scoring goals, wonder goals as well. He's absolutely unbelievable. He's so good. And he's not the same type of player, but I'm hoping that Archie Gray's on that kind of trajectory. Maybe not as good, but you know what I mean? Like, one day I think Archie Gray will play for England, so. Yeah, and he's so young as well, Bellingham. I mean, what is he? Is he 20 now or something like that? It's ridiculous. But yeah, early goal is just what the doctor ordered. Peter Horsley saying, really needed that. I said that before kickoff. If we can score an early goal, it kind of gets those Southampton jitters out of our system, and really provides us with a bit of a platform to grow in confidence and try and score some more. That came from a mistake from QPR, but we still had a lot to do in that situation. We ended up scoring a really good goal. Yeah, he's only 17, Archie. Yeah, and JZF is saying, or is he JZF1? Ah, okay, yeah, because Formula 1. Yeah, Bellingham being only 20 is absolutely crazy. Michael, evening, mate. Good to have you in the chat. I expect regular goal updates from the Championship and the Champions League from you tonight. So that's your job this evening. Joel Pirro into the feet of Jorginho Rutter, takes a nice little touch, and then ball round the outside to Anthony, who then gives it to Byron. Byron going to look to get the ball in the box, and it's deflected over the bar for a Leeds United corner. CB saying, evening, Max, evening, everyone. Yes, evening, mate. Welcome to the chat. Isaac L saying it's much nicer when the early goal is ours. Yeah, absolutely. Just settles everything down a little bit, doesn't it? Just feels a bit nicer to be watching your team when they're in front, and especially when they get in front early. Somerville over this corner, then one hand up, so that's probably going to be, it's going to the back post, headed in. Oh, Rodon, Joe Rodon, so close. Honestly, Joe Rodon's either, if I've been booked or I've just missed a shot or I'm in pain face, is hilarious. He's like, his whole face goes, like, completely screws up as if he's like been crying his eyes out for a week. Who just when he got up after that, he just looked so distraught. Rodon probably should have done better with that. Yeah, I think he saw it late though. I think he was in a really good position for it, but he just saw it a little bit late, and when it did come into his area in the end, he just wasn't quite ready to score it. Just anybody who's joining late. That's the lineup. Oh, long ball forward here from to Elias Chair, but that is where Rodon comes in and gives it to Meslier, and then Meslier has to clear that one. But Rodon, I think, I like... What I like about Rodon is he does have pace, and it's something that Liam Cooper really lacks. A lot of the time, he's able to get in front of his man with a bit of pace, and because he's bigger, he's often able to shield the ball out of harm's way, and I like that about Rodon. It's something that Cooper doesn't really offer. Jeff from Maastricht in the Netherlands. Welcome, Jeff. Nice to have you again. Rob saying, how good is the LUFC TV commentary? Not even a hint of neutrality. Well, at the moment, I've currently got the QPR commentary on because the Leeds one wasn't working. Yeah. Playing the wrong game. So I'm going to have to be stuck with this one. Come on, you R's. Check out Talking Rangers. Fair enough. I don't mind QPR. I've got nothing against them. You know, James Alcott's a QPR fan, and I've always had good interactions with him, and I love his content. So happy with QPR, but I don't mind QPR. I think they're all right. Nothing to hate there. No bad blood. Who scored? It was Crescencio Somerville, with a really good pass from Jorginho Rutter into his path, and then he just slotted it into the bottom left-hand corner of the goal, down low to the keeper's right. Michael Brown saying, even at this early stage of the season, I am concerned at the gap that Ipswich and Leicester have opened. Ipswich content creators I have seen on YouTube are believing they're heading for the Premier League. I think it's easy to get ahead of you. Oh, what a ball from Archie Gray, and then Pirro can't quite control. I think it's easy sometimes for people to get ahead of themselves in this division because it's quite easy for people to get ahead of themselves in this division, but they don't realise how many games there are in the division, and it's a long old season in the Championship, and you've got to keep that level for the full season, and no team ever wins every single game and keeps that level up in the Championship. So those teams will fall away. They can still stay up the top of the table, but they won't keep up the consistent form that they have been. And other teams will come into form and have runs, and it'll all look very different, even at Christmas, let's say. So let's start to judge it at Christmas. I think at the moment the table's just kind of settling itself and balancing out, if you know what I mean. And we don't really need to worry about the table. We just need to worry about getting as many points on the board as possible. J0702 saying, do you know who Matt SB is? I don't actually, mate, no. CB saying it's a bit like our supporters getting carried away and saying HMS pissed the league. It is, but I do think, certainly when I've ever said that, it is a bit tongue-in-cheek. It's just a bit like something to say, isn't it, when you sign some good players and it's exciting and you just say things like that just because it's a football thing to do. But I think certainly when I was saying it was a bit tongue-in-cheek, and I think most people were saying it a bit ironically. But yes, there will be some people that did just fully believe that we were just going to absolutely demolish the league, which, if we can get a bit of consistency going, we're actually capable of, because some of the way that we've played this season, and particularly the Watford game, it's like if you play like that every week, then you're going to run away with the Championship. But it's about consistency and it's about opposition and stuff. So far, QPR have done an okay job of really cutting out the space, and it's only really that mistake that gave us the chance. Although here is Sam Byram trying to cut the ball into the box, and it's gone to KK, who tries to get rid of it, but it comes to Jaden Anthony. Jaden Anthony shapes up to shoot and doesn't, and then eventually he does shoot, but it's deflected through to the goalkeeper, Asmir Begovic. Rob Bailey saying, I think Leicester will exploit the gap, but we have 6 points to play against them, which will be very important. True. The Ipswich will fade a little, so there's no need to stress yet. I agree with that, yeah. Glad we're getting a long look at Anthony tonight too. Renders saying, yeah, absolutely. Be nice to see. Well, the thing is, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because we've got so many attacking options. Smith fell over there for QPR, but he still managed to get the ball in the box. But it's gone over everybody and out for a goal kick. Terrible cross. Wasn't even worth him keeping it in. Stephen McPhail saying need a good performance. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the fact that we're 1-0 up already will really give us the confidence to push on and have that good performance, hopefully. Jason Thomas saying big difference between Roden and Cooper. Roden senses danger. Yeah, and like I was saying before, I don't know if you were here then, Roden's got pace and he's actually got an ability to get in front of the ball and stop players running in behind. So I like that about Roden. It's something that Cooper doesn't have. Jorginho Rutter now, but then Ayling tries to play a ball through over the top to Jadon Anthony. It was the right idea, wrong execution. Diggler TC is making the point that I was saying before as well, in a different way though, by saying I've seen teams appear from nowhere and finish top in this league, and the opposite way around as well. Teams who were up at the top at the start of the season fall way off the boil and end up mid-table by the end of the season. So you just never know. Jeff Biss is saying, I always say from January 24 we will take off for real. Yeah, and also we'll have a clear idea of what the table's looking like by the end of this year. Oh, Somerville's done really well there. Skinned his man who was trying to shield him out of play. Somerville's just stopped playing there to say that he's being held. And then Somerville's actually thrown Jack Cole back onto the floor whilst the referee wasn't looking. And luckily nobody's pulled him back for it because he actually just grabbed him and chucked him on the floor there. Render's saying your hero Dan James is missing out with his balls into that corridor of uncertainty. Your trademark saying I do like it when he puts the ball in there because it just always gives you a chance, and I think he's someone who could really make a difference this season. And he is on the bench. I was just checking he was on the bench there. That's why I went quiet for a second. We'd like to see what Gruever's all about. Yeah, I think I'd like to see a little bit more of Gruev. We've barely seen him really. I mean, we've signed so many players that we've almost got an abundance of riches, and we're like, oh, we're playing with all our new toys at once. But it does seem like Gruev's the one that's not really been played with much, if that analogy makes sense. Jorginho Rutt almost keeps that in. Jamal Lowe has scored for Swansea, and it is 1-0 for them against Norwich City. Begovic getting ready to take his goal kick here. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying there, Rob, about Cooper kind of needs to compete with Strauch for his position rather than being shoehorned into other ones. But I think Strauch's been so good so far this season that he's really earned his spot in this team. Swansea Norwich is 1-1. Joe Roden gives that one to Meslier. Mellier's got to deal with it. Clips it into midfield where Pirot can't quite get to it because it's over his head, but good foot by Ampadu, and Leeds somehow managed to keep the ball with Gray. Then back into Ampadu from Ayling, and Leeds do well there. Now Ampadu with a chance to get the ball forward. Gets it into Somerville's feet. Somerville turns past Colback. Somerville turns again, looking for options, and gets tripped over there by Jack Colback. Is Jack Colback actually a good player? I've always sort of seen him floating around clubs, but I've never particularly thought he was any good. But he maintains a job as a footballer. Sam Byram. Anthony's out wide. Ampadu back to Rodon. Rodon into Pirot. Pirot tries to squeeze one through to Anthony, but can't quite, and QPR come away with the ball, but their long ball forward is just completely useless because Joe Rodon was there to sweep things up. See, actually, Gray dropped out. There's a right back there to receive that ball. That's what I mean about him going and almost playing in Ayling's position. When Ayling's higher up the pitch, he's sort of covering him. Never rated him. I think QPR is his level. Sort of towards the bottom of the Championship. That's Render saying that, by the way, not me. But I would agree. Leeds are currently 7th. See, that's not bad, is it? I mean, if we win this game, then puts us in quite a good spot to make our way up towards the top of the table, especially if we manage to win at the weekend as well. Armstrong's gone down there. It's going to be a free kick for QPR just inside the Leeds half, and they're going to try and get the ball forward with Elias Chair here. Chair's about to step up and take this free kick. Curls that one into the box and headed away well by Ethan Ampadu. But Clark Salter's going to let that one run out, and he's going to give the ball to his teammate Parl to take a throw in. Yeah, I agree about Rodon needing to start against Southampton. Ampadu manages to get the ball away there. But then Leeds managed to get it away, and they've got a good counter-attack going here, and he's been pulled back. That's a yellow card for Field. Guaranteed. Cheating boy. It's annoying, that. Yeah, QPR's only answer to Somerville is to foul him. Yeah. Shirt pulling, very annoying. I think where QPR on this EFL coverage, where I know they're red and black because that's what their shirts are, but it really makes it horrible to look at. So if they've made the black text white, it would just be so much easier. Somerville tries to curl that one in. It's then headed towards the box, headed away again. Then out by Colback. Then flicked on by Armstrong. But Somerville wins it. And then a little slip from Anthony, but he still manages to clear the ball back towards the QPR goal. Now Field, guilty of that foul a minute ago. Good tackle by Anthony, but QPR have got the ball back again. Now Ampadu's judged to have fouled Sam Field there. The biggest issue with Rodon will be the basketball chickens wanting 40 million for him when we get promoted. But if Leeds do get promoted, then these are the owners that have actually got the sort of money to just go on then. Call their bluff and just buy him. I don't think they'd ask that much. I think they'd maybe ask 30 million or something for him, which it's a lot of money in it, but I don't know. Rutter, good ball across to Sam Byram, who gives the ball out wide to Anthony. Anthony coming inside, trying to give the ball into Jorginho Rutter. Rutter cuts it across to Somerville, and can't tell whether it was blocked or saved, but it nearly went in from Somerville. Now Ayling back across the box, cleared up high by Clark Salter, but not out. Now Anthony shoots, and it's deflected. It's going to be Leeds United corner there. Leeds getting closer to getting that all-important second goal in this game, but don't quite manage it there after a really good run by Jorginho. Gets it across to Somerville, and then Somerville's shot was blocked, I think, there. Really good block, because that would have been a surefire goal. I think it hit Clark Salter. Good ball into the box there, and Strauch's 50p head heads it straight into the cop. Actually, that's not the cop, is it? I think that's the south stand. Oh, sometimes I can't tell on the coverage. I feel like it's the cop. And I was right the first time. Oh, hi, Joe. Welcome, mate. Are you not live as well? I feel like you are. I saw a notification before. Rob saying not spending 40 million on Ben White was a critical error for me. He would have made a massive difference to our back line. He probably would have been good for his England career as well. Yeah, I think if we'd have gone up with the 49ers in full control, they probably would have just paid it because they could afford to. See you tomorrow, Max. What do you think of Tyler Roberts? Oh, yeah, I forgot he was on loan at QPR. Oh, Ayling's having a bit of a rotter for me. And I just think he's going back to his Yeovil days. And Purdue. Ball into Somerville. Somerville turns, and I think he's going to be fouled in a couple of seconds. Oh, no, he actually managed to get the ball out wide to Ayling. Ayling down the line to Somerville. Somerville tries to get inside of Jack Colback, but he's gone down and won himself a free kick. We've got 175 people in the chat now. That's fantastic. If we could just get that like total up to 100, that would be amazing. Cheers, Jeff. Smash a like for Max, he's saying. Rob saying, assuming we get promoted, that'll be the last we see of Ayling and Cooper, at least on the field. Yeah, I think so. And I think that would be fair enough, to be honest. I think they've had a very good run. They've had good careers at Leeds United. But I think it would be a little bit too much to ask for them to have a second run in the Premier League. Newcastle are leading in the Champions League, are they? Could Archie play right back? Doesn't he do that for England under 21s? Yeah, so he could, because as I was saying before, that's kind of part of his responsibility anyway, is to drop into Ayling's role when Ayling's high and wide, so that he's actually got a bit of cover there. So I think he could do that job, and then you could bring on somebody like Kamara in his role. So I think that would work, but I just don't think Archie wouldn't provide the same attacking threat that Ayling does. I mean, I'm clutching at straws there, but Ayling's not doing great. I don't think he'll get taken off though. He's a captain, and he's just, I don't know. I just feel like Farke's not gonna take him off unless he has an absolute rotter. Sinclair Armstrong and looks like Jaden Anthony. One's holding his knee here. It's Jaden Anthony holding his knee, which is not looking good. Was Cooper really offered big money to go to Saudi? I'm not sure, to be honest. Ooh. You know what? Sinclair Armstrong, if that was the Premier League, he would get a straight red for that. If that was in the Premier League, that would be a red card. But because we don't have VAR, it's not going to be, nothing's going to happen with it. But in the Premier League, that would be a red card all day long. Because it was almost like a stamp on his knee from a distance away. So he's a lucky boy, Sinclair Armstrong. Ampadu now. Oh, Ampadu loses the ball there, but it's gone to Strauch. Strauch again with it. Into Ampadu and then back to the French goalkeeper, Ilan Meslier. Good ball from Strauch into the midfield. Nice little flick from Anthony into Byram, and then it's tackled into touch, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Hi, Martin. Welcome to the chat, mate. Like has been comprehensively boshed. Thank you very much. Great way to put it. Great way to put it. In fact, there's a few empty seats in the family stand. Right next to the cheese wedge where I usually sit. Oh, good ball into the box from Rutter, and then Anthony isn't quite able to get onto it, but the QPR player had to make a decision there. What's he called though? He used to play for Bournemouth, didn't he? Jaden Anthony coming into the box. Now goes to the edge where Archie Gray's waiting for it. Then into Ayling. Ayling's going to have to go back here. Now Ampadu. Now Pirot. Why do all the commentators call him Piru? Is that how you pronounce it? Is it Piru? Ampadu with a lovely ball. I could see that coming. And then Sam Byram tries to get it right across the face of goal. And it's going to be a QPR goal kick in the end. That's a red in the Prem all day. Yeah, exactly. Jack Colback's gone down here. I think off the ball, potentially. Jack Colback gone down. Yeah, what's the QPR centre-back called? You know, the one that used to... I'm sure he used to play for Bournemouth or Forest or something, or both. Cook? Is it Steve Cook? That's the one. Steve Cook. Peru is how it's pronounced. I don't like that, though, because we've all been calling him Pirot, and now it's not Somerville, Strauch and Peru. It doesn't work. It's not right. I don't like it. Who was that when he got his injury? I don't think it was. I call him Perot, rhymes with Joe. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Just watching Jack Colback leaving the pitch now. He's taking a long time. Don't think he's coming off Jack Colback, but for now he is just on the touchline, and I think he's going to be allowed to go back on in a second as soon as the play gets underway again. Lyndon Dykes wins that flick on into Sinclair Armstrong, but Leeds are able to pick the ball up again. Which has been a bit of a running theme, them not being able to get the ball to stick up front. Archie Gray with a nice sweeping pass out to Luke Ayling. Ayling's pass was anticipated there by Kenneth Parle, and they were able to get the ball. If you're wondering why I know a lot of the names of QPR players, is because I did a QPR career mode last year on FIFA and got them to win the Champions League and stuff. So that's the only reason I know some of their players' names. Oh, we only need 3 likes. 3 likes for 100 likes, and then I'll be happy and I'll shut up about it. Strauch now. Strauch coming across the halfway line. Into Byram. Then out wide to Anthony. Anthony tries to keep the ball and does really well too, and goes outside. Ball into the box. Ayling was nearly there. Ayling just doing well to try and shield that. And gets the ball back across. Saved by Begovic. We're over 100 likes. Thanks very much, guys. Paul Lucas saying, hi, Max. Sounds like most things are going through Rutter. Is he in a number 10 role? No, he's in the striker role. He's just dropping in a little bit to help out with Pirot and linking up the play, and I think he's playing well. For me, though, Somerville and Anthony are the key players so far. Really good. Probably do a recruiter number 10 in January transfer window. Well, hopefully it'll be Ilias Chair. I think that would be really good. Oh yeah, we've got the likes up loads now. So thanks everyone. Rodon with the ball. Ampadu. Then Anthony. I don't think that's a fair estimation. QPR commentators biased as anything. He said Ampadu's default pass this half has been back to his goalkeeper, but this time he goes out wide. I don't think that's fair at all. I think a lot of the time he goes forward. And Ampadu's playing well as that pendulum in midfield. Anthony now down the wing. looking for options. Tries to clip the ball inside, but can't quite get it to a Leeds player. The idea wasn't appreciated by both players. Armstrong being strong there, but Leeds managed to get the ball off him, and now Pirot with the ball. Pirot carrying the ball forwards. Gives it out wide to Jorginho. Jorginho coming inside. Gives the ball to Ampadu again. Ampadu with a lovely ball into Jorginho. Tries to turn his man in the box and can't quite do so. And then Chair plays a long ball forward all the way through to Elland Road in net. Joe Rodon now with the ball. Ampadu would make a good captain. Karen saying, absolutely, I agree. I think he should be at some point in the next year or so. I think he might take the captaincy, you know. I think he's that good of a player and that good of a communicator. And all the sort of attributes that you need for a captain. I think he's got them in spades. So I'd be very happy with him as our captain. Now Begovic with the ball. Gives it to Steve Cook. Then Cook clips it forward over the halfway line. Won by Strauch and then by Byram. And then I think Byram's going to try and win it again, but Chair somehow wins it against him. And then Armstrong comes in from an offside position to pick that one up. And Leeds get a free kick for an offside there. Pascal Strauch over the ball. 5 minutes then left of the first half. Leeds winning 1-0 at the moment and really dominating the game. QPR not really having any chances so far. Honestly, Luke Ayling is having a stinker. He's just run the ball out of play for... There was no need for it. There was absolutely no need for it. He's just run the ball out of play. Now Begovic with it. CB saying no change with the other scores. Thanks for the update. Now Ampadu. Nice little flick into Ayling, but then it's read by Parl, and now Chair is able to bring the ball forward. Chair just falls over, and then Archie Gray with a really clever little touch. Now Ayling. Into Ampadu. Now Joel Pirot. Out wide, he pokes it to Jorginho Rutter, who's taking a wide position up. Taking on his man, getting towards the box. Oh, right across the... would have been right across the face of the goal, but Clark Salter was able to clear that one. It's going to be a Leeds United corner here. Rutter did really well to get past his man and get the ball into the box, and then cleared well. RB Leipzig 0, Manchester City 1. Phil Foden, thanks for the update, Michael. Jaden Anthony then, he's going to take this corner. Let's hope that somebody can get ahead on it. Sam Byram, maybe. Is he in the box? Good ball in. Strauch's header was cleared well there by Steve Cook. And then Anthony with the ball again. Anthony does well to get a ball into the back post. Pirot was trying to wait for it, and I think it's going to be another Leeds United corner. Penny Lane saying, come on, Leeds, let's make it 2 before half-time. Agree with the sentiment, absolutely. And I think the way that we've been pushing for it, you can see us scoring again. But you just don't want to let that fester for too long into the second half without scoring again. Whilst they try and build in confidence into the game. Jack Colback's got his hands all over Joel Pirot. Somerville getting ready to take this one, but the referee's blown his whistle and is having a word with some of the players inside the box for the pushing and shoving. I think it is Jack Colback on Joel Pirot that he's talking to. Hopefully now, Joel Pirot goes and bangs this in the net and celebrates in front of Jack Colback. Bit Martin Keown style. Somerville curls it in towards the back post. It's gone over absolutely everybody, and now Joe Rodon has it. Joe Rodon's just had to win a throw-in the end. after KK. Oh, is he KK or is he Kai Kai? KK? Kai K? KK Kai Kai? I don't know which one it is. Oh, Byram just did a Maradona twist. Oh, long ball forward for Armstrong here, and he's managed to get on the end of it. But he's got such a wide angle, and his shot goes right across the face of goal, and it's going to end up going out for. I didn't quite see whether that was a throw-in or a goal kick. Rodon did really well to stay with him there and to make sure he had to shoot from a really tight angle. Jason Thomas saying still don't score anywhere near enough goals from set pieces, don't have players who are aggressive enough and attack the ball. Last time we had a player like that was Pontus. Yeah, I agree with that, to be fair. The one time I have seen it recently is the one where Cooper got injured against Cardiff. That was just like, boom, just absolutely walloped it into the net with his head and obviously ended up getting injured. But I do think, yeah, we do lack a little bit of that. I was hoping that Joe Rodon might bring a bit of that. But Sam Byram did it against, who was it that he scored against? Was it Watford? We just banged it in the top corner with his header. Sunderland 1-0 against Watford. And, yeah, Newcastle still 1-0 up. Who scored for Newcastle, by the way? Meslier with the ball. Three added minutes then onto this first half. Oh, Ampadu's got the ball and Leeds have a chance to break now. Ampadu drives into the QPR half. Ball out wide then to Anthony. Anthony comes inside the box, tries to shoot. It's deflected and Ayling's touch. Ayling, man, you're having a stinker. Ayling is having an absolute rotter. What's that? What is that touch? That's not acceptable. That is not acceptable. The amount of times he's done that in the first half. Yeah, I mean, come on. That's poor. Really bad. QPR clear the ball here. 2 minutes left of this 3 minutes additional time. Chair with the ball. Tries to come forward a little bit. Tries to put the ball in the box. Cleared away by Strouk, but not too far. Goes to the left back, Pal. Pal tries to clip it forward. Strouk away again. QPR having a tiny little spell at the end of this first half. Almiron, was it? Ayling being pulled back a bit there, but Ayling with a ball forward that didn't really go well, but it's ended up at Anthony's feet now after he chested it down. Good tackle there from Smith. Really good tackle from Smith. But his pass is really terrible. Ampadu with the ball, and he's been fouled there, but he's straight back up again. Now Byram with it. I think Anthony's struggling a little bit with his knee here. Celtic 1, Lazio 1. Leeds need to buy Spence. That'd be great. So I think he'd be a lot of money. How much did Spurs actually pay for Spence? No, we can't buy Rodon in January. We won't be able to afford him. Sorry, Gateway. I'll acknowledge you, but I can't give you advice on your red button working. I'm not a Sky engineer. Right. Just going for a very, very quick break. I've got some water left in there, so I don't need to fill that. I'm going for a very, very quick break. I shall be back soon. Get your comments in the chat. Any substitutions you'd like to see. Probably Ayling for me. Score predictions, anything like that. Anything you want to talk about Leeds, put it in the chat and we'll have a crack when I get back. Tell you what, that timing were right good. It were right good. Just as soon as I came back, you know. Lovely. Yes, the last comment I had not replied to was... Actually... Oh... Give my ears a bit of a break. Rob saying it's so Leeds that we buy a sensational replacement for Ayling. He breaks immediately. Absolutely. I mean... Did you expect any less? One of our new signings had to break. It was either the striker that we desperately needed or the right back. And I think I would rather it be the right back than the striker. But I'd really like to see Jed Spence play well for us this season, and we've got to wait a bit longer for that. Money Jar concept, have a crack when I get back. Did you rehearse that? No, I didn't. It just came out, and sometimes I'm a poet and I don't know it. Stephen McPhail, 13. I don't know what that was in reply to. Oh, they bought Jed Spence for 13 million. Yes, that's what I said before, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, so it would be more than that, and therefore we couldn't afford to do that in January if we want to sign any other players. Karen saying, get Ayling off. I have gone for 2-1 Leeds win. And also she's saying, appreciate the watch along with a super chat. So I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much, Karen. Always appreciate the super chats. They really help the channel and help the channel grow. Get me new equipment and all that sort of thing to make all the content better. Should we have done a direct swap Cine for Anthony? I don't think Anthony's worth as much money. But then he's constantly injured, isn't he? Cine, that is. Or Sinistera. We don't Cine him anymore, do we? You have to call him Mr. Sinistera, Your Honour. Liam B saying Ayling not the best game so far. Yeah, he's really struggled, hasn't he? He's really struggled. I'm really not enjoying his his contribution to the game so far. It's been really frustrating to watch when you're in really good situations and he ends up just spooning the ball, making a really bad touch and stuff, and yeah, it's really irritating. So hopefully he improves on that in the second half. Currently there are no substitutions or anything, so let's show you the team. I always struggle with which way to go. Ayling, Roden, Strauch, Byram, Ampadu, Gray, Anthony, Pirot, Somerville, Jorginho, and Meslier in goal, of course. Hoping to see that Ayling comes off soon and is replaced by maybe Archie Gray. Somebody put that in the chat before. It was a really good shout. And then somebody like Glenn Kamara or Ilya Gruev could come in and do Archie's job in midfield, which is what Alex is saying there as well, coincidentally, at the same time as I was saying that. But yeah, it's... you're saying who I'd bring on for Alien, it would be Kamara. But that would mean... What's his face? Gray. Archie Gray goes to right back, and that would mean that then Kamara comes into the midfield instead, and it works that way. But that's the only way I can sort of see of doing it. Gateway Church saying, I got Piro's shirt last week. Do you got any shirts or autographs? And out of interest, how much would you buy it for? Get Ailing off. You can see it in that. Hold on. That top corner there. That is a signed Calvin Phillips shirt that my partner got me. Could turn it around actually slightly. Signed, framed Calvin Phillips shirt. I haven't got anything else that's signed or anything, or any match-worn shirts or anything, but that's what I got, and I feel like it goes nicely in my in the background of my videos. Max, fancy forgetting Archie's name. Penny saying, yeah, I'm tired. Okay. I would never usually forget Archie Gray's name, but I wasn't concentrating. I was half reading somebody else's comment whilst replying to that one, and my brain just went, are you going to kick into gear? And then it did. It did in the end. The longest wait ever is the 15 minutes at half-time in a football match. It always is. Very nice present, Leeds Forever, matched on together. Yes, I was very happy when I received that. You are forgiving. Jeff Sanning with the $20 super chat. Thanks again for the wisdom and match commentary. Keep up the good work. I really, really appreciate that. Thanks very, very much, Jeff. Really appreciate the support. Like I said, it allows me to continue doing the live streams, doing all the videos and upgrading all the equipment and stuff. So thanks very much for that. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the support from everybody who joins me week in, week out to watch these games with me. So yeah, really appreciate everybody, and especially that that donation. Thank you. James Tyree saying, I'm at work. I haven't been able to watch any of the game. Are they playing better than Saturday? Yes, much better than Saturday. I think we've had 70% possession in this one, and they've had 30%. Obviously, possession isn't everything. I remember a game where I think Celtic had 13% possession against Barcelona at the Nou Camp and ended up winning 1-0. So it doesn't actually mean everything, the possession, but it's a good barometer of how much we've dominated this game. The goal was really good. It came from a QPR mistake, but was finished really emphatically by a combination of Jorginho and Somerville, who was the one to finish it off in the end. And Leeds are playing really well, but we just need to get another. We just need to get another goal to really settle our nerves a little bit. Michael Brown saying Newcastle 2-0 against PSG. Imagine a few years ago saying Dan Burn will be scoring for Newcastle against PSG in a Champions League group stage game. Imagine 5 years ago someone said to that. You'd go, shut up, that's mental. That is mental. You've lost it. You really have lost it. But he's actually scored against PSG for Newcastle in a Champions League group stage game. What is going on? Sean Rooney saying this fixture was my first game at Elland Road in 1968. 4-1 we won the league. They got relegated, marching on together. Oh, that is an interesting bit of information. I'm pretty sure my first game was it at Sheffield? Was it against Sheffield Wednesday at home or something when I was probably about 13 or 14, something like that. I was born in 1997, so I was a few years off that game. Just a few. Come on. Surely it's time to kick off. It's taking forever to start again. Oh, I thought we were starting then, but it was the bloody the scores around the other games. My dad took me to see Elland Road. Took me to Elland Road to see Leeds versus QPR. We won 2-0. Tony Curry and Brian Flynn. Arkle Brown saying the Premier League are considering replaying the Tottenham versus Liverpool after Liverpool had a legal goal by Diaz ruled out against Spurs. Why don't they just why would they have to replay the game? Why don't they just say, okay, it was a goal, it counted, just add a goal on, and then it would have been a draw, wouldn't it? Wasn't it 2-1? So then it would have just been a draw. So they could just take 2 points off Spurs, give a point to Liverpool, and then be done with it. Penny Lane saying, then Max, you missed the glory years. Yeah, I did. I didn't get to see, even when we were in the Champions League, in 2002 and stuff. I'm not old enough to remember that. So I was only, 6? Going into 2002, 2003. I was only 6 years old, so I don't remember any of it. I only remember my first memories of Leeds are of Rob Hulse, David Healy. I think I had a Healy shirt. My brother had a Hulse shirt. I think that was sort of my first memory of Leeds. But even then, I couldn't they weren't really on TV. We didn't live anywhere near Leeds, so I never really got to go to many games or anything. But it was just I would wear a Becchio shirt and just know that I supported Leeds as a little kid. Render is saying, I feel old, 1997. My first game was 1994, Leeds versus Everton. Rod Wallace was on fire that day. Are we going to start this game at any point or what? I'm losing my mind here. Gateway Church, it's not on Red Button, it's on LUTV, but only if you're not in the UK and Ireland. Mega Anthony is asking, do you think Dallas is straight back into the team once match fit? No, because I think he's gonna, even when he's match fit, he's still gonna, there's match fit and then there's all the players are coming back out onto the pitch. There's match fit and then there's match sharpness, and I think there's a big difference. Somebody who's match fit can run for 90 minutes, but they might not necessarily have the first touch right, and they might not have the passing right and all that sort of thing. So do you know what I mean? It kind of makes a difference. So I don't think he would come straight back in. I think even if he does recover fully, I think he needs to. Have a little bit of time to bed himself back in again. Gateway Church. No, I'm not in the UK. I'm in Ethiopia. Rob saying, I doubt Dallas will be back this season and he won't get back into the side when we get promoted. Yeah, it's a shame though, because I think he offers a really, really good sort of role in the team and that he can play anywhere. And you've kind of started to get that with Shackleton now, but I don't think Shackleton's the Premier League level either. QPR bringing on some substitutions here. They're bringing on Adoma and what's the other one they're bringing on? What's his name? Dozel, that's the one. Andre Dozel is going on. And so is Adoma for Kakai and somebody else. Michael Brown saying, watch the big match revisited on ITV4 on Saturday morning at 10:30. They show the matches from the late 80s. Oh, bloody hell. We're underway in the second half. Kakai now has the ball. Clears it for... Wait, no, he doesn't. He's gone off. No, he hasn't. He's still on. The commentator lied. Perot now has the ball. Out to Anthony. Anthony looking for some options. Adoma closing him down, the substitute. Somerville now. Archie Gray. Back to Rodon. Gray's gone down. It's been an advantage, though. Sam Byram. Out wide to Anthony. Anthony then goes on one more to Sam Byram. Is Archie Gray still down? Does Byram go to right back when Firpo is fit? Sorry, if Firpo is ever fit. It'd be interesting, actually. I don't know. I don't know if I ever want Firpo back in the team. He might do really well in the Championship, to be fair, but a bit of a fall from grace from him, isn't it? From Barcelona to playing against... Oh, no, he's not playing tonight, but playing against teams like QPR. Leeds United throw in about halfway inside the Leeds United half. Ampadu complaining about something, not sure what. Don't know what's happened there. What's happening with Cresswell just down the pecking order? Yeah, I think Cresswell is the one that has to come in if Rodon is out. I think you've got to stick them to their positions. So at right centre-back, you've got Rodon, and then behind him, Cresswell. At left centre-back, you've got Strauch, and then behind him, Cooper. And I think if Rodon's out, it's Cresswell that has to get that spot, not Cooper. Ilias Chair goes down in the box there, but really, really poor sort of simulation from him there, and it's not going to be a free kick, a penalty or anything. Luke Ayling can't even take a throw in now. He's literally, it's just, I feel bad for him, but he's just absolutely stinking the gaff out. Ball into the box from QPR. And I think Joe Rodon's gone down injured there. I'm not sure what... he looks like he's really in pain with his shoulder. I feel like he may have dislocated his shoulder or something there. Or his rib. I can't tell. Looks like Armstrong's done something to him. Armstrong, the player who also, let's remember, went over the top of the ball and had a red card challenge in the first half that wasn't noticed by the referees. What's he done this time? Oof. Just nails him. Oh, his neck as well. I think he's like jarred his neck as well. You know, when he's been hit and he's got like almost like whiplash. Like, I genuinely think he's got a bit of whiplash with that one, because he's went into his shoulder and rib, and his whole head just went like that dead quick. So you could see him with a bit of whiplash pain or something here. Leeds just waiting for Joe Rodon here. Karen Curtin saying, hope Rodon isn't badly hurt. We can do without him being out. Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be a hefty amount of time added on at the end of this half because of this. I don't know what happened with Rodon there. It's really hard to see what was actually happened. Mega Anthony saying, are we not being too harsh on Ayling? Big servant to the club. I really like Ayling. I just think specifically this game is what I'm talking about. Specifically in this game, he's been really poor. Like, just this performance has stunk. Probably just a stinger. That's basically a hyperextension of the brachial plexus, precedes neck pain, which shoots down the shoulder arm. I forgot that you were a physio, Rob. It's nice to have that insight. Appreciate that. I think Rodon's going to be allowed to come back on in a second. He's currently on the touchline waiting to come back on. Happens a lot with rugby scrums, etc. Justice Hyde is saying, does Rodon have an option to buy in his contract? No, he doesn't. It's a straight loan, but Leeds are hoping that they can then agree a deal at the end of it to get the player on a permanent. Well, they will now, especially considering he's been very good. So yeah, there's no clause in the loan to buy, but I think Leeds will be looking to do it if we get promoted. Long ball forward there from the QPR player, goes straight out. For Leeds United. Goal kick. What's Rodon worth? 20 million? I think realistically, like 20 million. Because I know he's not English, but he's homegrown, so he counts as part of your homegrown quota. I don't mean, like, you know what I mean? He's from Britain. So he counts as part of your homegrown quota. He's coming from a club like Spurs. I think around 20 million, and then they'd probably put a bit more on top of that. Good ball from Ampadu into Pirot's feet. Pirot tries to get it even further forward into Jorginho Rutter, who gets the offside. Offside. Mega Anthony saying, what about Jed Spence option to buy? No, not on that one either. Alex Hurst saying, if you want more professional observations, along with Rob the physio, I am a therapist in the NHS. When he hurt himself, he probably felt quite sad. I love that. No, there isn't first Spence. Oh, I've run out of water. Good header from Strauch. Pirot tries to get on that one. Then Ampadu. Then nice little touch. Nice little touch from Anthony. And then Rute's flick is cut out by the QPR defender. This time Strauch mops up as QPR tried to come forward again. Joel Pirot tries to run through a crowd of players and loses the ball. But Ethan Ampadu with really good tackle. And then Archie Gray with a really, really good little run forward. And now Leeds are charging towards the penalty area. Ball into the box from Anthony to Rute, out to the edge to Pirot, and it's blocked. And now Elias Chair's able to get the ball forward. Long ball. Really good ball out wide to Sinclair Armstrong. Now Armstrong. Coming back inside to Chair. Chair looking for options. He's probably going to shoot here. Good block. Good block from, I think that was Ampadu there with that block. Archie Gray there cuts out that long pass from Clark Salter. And it's going to be a QPR throw-in on the halfway line. Is it me or is Pirot slow? He's not quick, but that wasn't really his problem before. It was more that he's just trying to actually wriggle through players, and he's not that good at dribbling with the ball. Leave that to somebody like Somerville or Rutte. Oh, QPR fans are making some noise. They're actually singing. Strange. Kenneth Powell now with the throw in. That's a foul throw if ever I've seen one. Oh yes, he's actually given a foul throw. Oh my God, I called it, and he actually has given a foul throw. You don't see that much in professional football. You see it given all the time in amateur football. You're always getting someone stopping the play to go back and give the throw in another way. Leicester are 1-0 up, are they? Little flick there from QPR. Ampadu tried to commit to that one with Samfield, and they had a little battle. But now Somerville picks up the ball into Joel Pirot. Pirot has Anthony out wide. Anthony coming towards the box now. Cuts inside. Manages to squeeze through. Gets an outside of the foot shot off, and it's blocked by Steve Cook and goes out for a Leeds United corner there. Really good run from Anthony. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him. You know, he's direct, he's aggressive, he's pacey. He was really going at Kai. Can't remember how you say his name. But anyway, in the Premier League, that probably was a handball and penalty, but you're never going to get it back now. Dewsbury Hall, the wedding venue, scored for Leicester. Somerville with the corner then. Whips this one in to the middle of the goal, and it's headed away by QPR. It's going to be picked up by Jaden Anthony, but the flag's gone up. And I think there was a bit of a foul on... oh, no, maybe Clark Salter and Cook. I think they headed each other, actually. Mega Anthony saying, if you get a chance, can you give us your views on loan players that are out? Would we really want them back if promoted? I don't want any of them back. Brendan Aronson, though, is, as much as I don't really want him back, he's a silly financial decision to let him go for, say, 10, 15 million or whatever we could get for him, because we bought him for 25, so it would just be silly financial decision. So we need to somehow get more value out of him. Even if that's loaning him out again, just in the hope that he has a good season. Little Byram avenges Rodham by pinballing two QPR player heads together. Oh, Armstrong's pulled that out of the air. What a beautiful touch that was. Archie Gray into Somerville. Oh, they've just gone right through the back of Jorginho there. Surely that was a foul. A bit of a bad bit of play there, but Pirot's on the chase now down the line, and Cook sends that one out. There was a bit of miscommunication in the midfield. A couple of tackles flew in, and a couple of balls went everywhere. I couldn't keep up with how quick it was happening. But Leeds have now got a throw in where Byram is going to take it next to the warming up substitutes of Dan James, Jan Poveda, and Patrick Bamford. Byram now. Byram takes a really nice touch outside and gets the ball in the box and can't quite get it to Joel Pirot, who was waiting for it. And now Rutter pulls the ball down, and he's been tackled, though, by Lyndon Dykes. And it's going to be a Leeds throw-in after Dykes isn't able to control that one. So, short respite in play here, and actually a chance for me to get my breath, and we're back underway. Jorginho Rutter using his upper body strength to hold the players off there. Tries to get the ball inside, and QPR have cleared it up to the halfway line, where Strauch is able to pick it up. Strauch into Archie Gray. Archie Gray looks to play the ball forward. Tries to get it into Joel Pirot and can't quite. Now Ampadu with the ball. Ampadu's pulled back there, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds in quite a good area here. They're saying that they should have had a free kick before that. As it stands, we are 7th, Karen's saying. Yeah, I think that's yeah, I mean, it's just a little shoulder barge as he's running past from Pirot, and Sam Field goes down like a sack of spuds. So I just think, yeah, it's overreaction a little bit. But Somerville and Pirot are stood over the ball. If only Strauch was there as well. Somerville, Strauch and Pirot. I reckon just let Pirot have a whack at this. Just absolutely leather it. Who's our best free kick taker? Haven't had one since Pablo. We have actually in Rafinha. And Rafinha hit the bar a lot, but he was very good at accurately whipping them over the wall. Commentators have said that they've seen Pirot take a few for Swansea and take a few decent free kicks. So it'll be interesting to see if he has a go. It's quite far out, but oh no, Pirot's going to try and clip it into the box, and it really wasn't very good. Gray ends up going all the way back to Ampadu. Then Ampadu's going to come forward with it. And then he's going to go back to Meslier. Meslier out to Strauch. Strauch clips one down the line for Jorginho. Cook has to flick it back over his head. Now Pirot picks it up. Into Archie Gray. Back to Pirot. Pirot into Anthony, and then out wide to Byram. Then to Anthony again. Anthony coming into the box. Tries to get it to Byram. Does so, and then Byram's flick goes a little bit far, but Anthony's able to pick it up again by the corner flag. Leeds have still got the ball here. Ampadu. Goes back out wide to Anthony. Anthony cuts inside. Looking for some options. Back to Ampadu. Always being that pendulum. Keeping it ticking over. Out wide to Byram. Byram with a little bit of space, but closed down. Now Anthony falls over. And now Anthony's had the ball taken off him. Now Chair tries to come forward with it. Plays a long ball down the line, but Strauch's going to try and get there against Sinclair Armstrong. Strauch does really well, and it's going to be a QPR free kick. Sam Greenwood, yeah, Sam Greenwood. I don't think Sam Greenwood is actually a terrible direct free kick taker, and that's what Matt T said. He said direct free kick taker. Sam Greenwood had good corner delivery and good cross delivery off free kicks, but his actual direct free kick taking, his actual shots at goal from free kick were awful. He always would hit the wall or sky it. There was no in between. Adama is going to take this throw in now by the Leeds corner flag, and he's going to try and take a long one. It's really poor throw in, and it's come off a QPR player and out for another throw in. 1-1 Leipzig versus Man City. Michael's saying, thanks for the update. Bamford and James are getting warmed up, ready to come on. I'm glad that people are still supporting Patrick Bamford, because regardless of whether you think he's a fantastic finisher or not, he still needs the support of the fans, and they're all singing his name as he's getting warmed up. Good tackle from Steve Cook there, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Bamford hasn't quite come on yet, so I don't know who he's replacing yet. Number 7, so Joel Pirro is going to come off for Patrick Bamford. I was speaking to my brother earlier, actually, and I said that I think Patrick Bamford could do a good job in that number 10 role. So he's going to come on and do that role, I think, although he is given some instructions. And Jayden Anthony is surprisingly going to come off, because I think Jayden Anthony has actually grown into the... I think Somerville started really well and then has tailed off a bit. I think Anthony started quite slowly and has really built his way into the game. So I actually think that I would have taken Somerville off for Dan James, not Anthony, because I think Anthony's actually played really well and he's growing into the game and was getting better and better. Somerville, nice little flick round the corner into Byram. Now Byram tries to play the ball into Bamford. Bamford's going to try and get the ball across the box. Does so into Rutte. Then it's gone back out wide again somehow to Somerville. Now Somerville trying to come into the box. Somerville looking for options, and in the end passes it straight to Adoma. And we've lost the feed. No. No, no, no. Give us a second. I just need to reload some things. You know what? I actually think I might have lost the game. Just give us a second. Oh, bloody hell. This is not good, is it? I've actually lost the game. Just give me a second. We have lost the game at the moment, so just bear with. Cole Melier scores. Somerville on a free kick 20 yards out on the sideline. 1 second. Yes, Rob, keep commentating as much as you can, please. We're trying here. We're trying here. Do you know why I'm not watching on Sky Red Button? Because you pay like 30 odd quid for Now TV every month to get the football on Sky, and they don't give you Red Button. It's ridiculous. It really is like daylight robbery. Oh, but it's just saying something went wrong. Oh no. What minute are we in? The 70th minute. We've still got 20 minutes left. Why can't you... There's no... It doesn't give you the red button option, which like it's saying, oh, buy a Sky Pass like to watch it for one day. But I've already got Now TV. Newcastle 3-0 against PSG. Jesus. TV guide. Sport. For now, I might have to just put on... Leicester are 2-0 up. I've just got Soccer Special on at the moment. God, this is frustrating. This is really annoying. Yes, thanks, Rob. Keep going. Hold on. We might be back up. We might be back in a second. Oh, we're back. We are back. Cross into the box from Archie Gray. Out to the edge where Somerville's waiting for it. Thank you so much, Rob, for keeping that going for me. Now Dan James. Dan James coming into the box. Oh, his cross was deflected. We're back. Thank you, Rob. Thank you so much for doing that, mate. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it was a deflected cross there from Dan James and nearly caught Asmir Begovic off guard. It's going to be Dan James with the corner then. Towards the back post. Headed across. Oh, so close. Headed across, and then I think Strout put it over the bar, but they're claiming that it would have been a Leeds United corner. Oh, Strout was given offside. So Bamford heads it back across. Or is it Roden? It's Roden that heads it back across. And then, yeah, Strout was offside apparently. Ryan Coley is coming on for QPR. Or shall I say Sideshow Bob for Sinclair Armstrong. Begovic getting ready to take his goal kick then. Takes it long. Over the halfway line. Won by Ampadu. Bamford tries to chase that one. It's cleared by Steve Cook. Then Strauch heads it back. Then lumped high again by the QPR players. Then Ayling heads it back. Then it's flicked on by Dan James, and now Bamford with a chance to get the ball forward. Plays the ball inside to Somerville. Somerville's been tackled, but Bamford still has the ball. Tries to flick it out wide to Dan James, but it's deflected off Sam Field and actually drops nicely to Sam Byram. Now Sam Byram with the ball. Back to Ampadu and then back to Pascal Strauch. Strauch to Byram, and Byram looking for options here. I think he's going to have to go back to Strauch again, and Strauch's going to have to send this one down the line. Cleared by the QPR player, though. Bamford takes that one down. Inside to Somerville. Somerville is going to try and squeeze his way through here. Does really well. Leaves the QPR player on the floor and then tries to spray a ball out wide to Jorginho and doesn't quite manage to get it into his path. And Jorginho looks disappointed there because that could have been a really good opening for Leeds. Yeah, Somerville just really well. I think he said, the commentator, that Leeds are going to make another change. Yeah, so it is Somerville that's coming off. And Rafinha is coming on. Joking, it's Rafinha 2.0. Jan Paveda. Jan Paveda's coming on then. Hopefully he can provide a bit of silky skills to try and unlock this defence and get another one to sort of bookend the game with a goal at either end of the 90 minutes to really try and solidify Leeds' position in getting 3 points in this game. Asmir Begovic then to take this goal kick, and he's going to send it long over the halfway line. Straight to Ampadu. Ampadu doesn't win the header though. The flick-on's won by Dykes and then won by Byram after that. Then Ampadu again. Then headed back again, and it's a little bit like head tennis at the moment, but Archie Gray gets involved. Now QPR get it on the deck and they've got a chance to put the ball out wide to the left back. Tries to get it across the box and hits Luke Ayling and goes out for a QPR throw in. Kenneth Powell then throws that one in to Chair, then back to Powell. Powell tries to put the ball in the box and Ayling gets a head on it and accidentally flicks it into the box, but Leeds are able to get away with it and clear the ball through Ethan Ampadu. Bamford chasing this one down up against Clark Salter. Bamford's actually going to nearly get there in time, but forces Clark Salter to put it out for a throw-in, and Leeds have a throw-in just inside the QPR half with a chance to try and get on the front foot again here, just in front of Gareth Ainsworth technical area. Sam Byram looking for some options here. Byram comes inside, gives the ball to Dan James. Dan James has to go back to Pascal Strauch. Pascal Strauch kicks it forward towards Patrick Bamford, and Steve Cook's going to have to deal with this. Passes it back to Asmir Begovic, and he clears it as far as the new striker that just came on with the afro, whose name escapes me. Ball down the line from the QPR player has gone out, and that's done, as in done his name, not done as in finished. Who's having a sit down? Oh, Steve Cook is now having a sit down for QPR. Looks like he may have to come off here, or he's just holding his hamstrings, I think. The referee's actually telling him, he was about to stand up then, the referee's telling him to stay sat down. QPR are going to make another substitution here. Gareth Ainsworth just does not look like a football manager, does he? There's just nothing about him that makes you think football manager. You know, like if you just saw a picture of Gareth Ainsworth and somebody said, what does he do as a job? Football, like elite football manager, obviously I'm talking about elite football because in terms of how many people play football and the level that this is, it's still elite football. But championship football manager would not be anywhere near your top 1,000 guesses, I don't think, if you didn't know who he was. You'd say the bass guitarist in a strange band, but you would not say a football manager. Now then, Rad Music Chat, welcome. He looks like a washed up 90s rocker, Renee is saying, yeah. Steve Cook has come off, and Larkeche, or Larkesh, I'm going to say Larkesh, comes on for QPR. Lord of the Rings character. Mark Barlow, that is a great shout. I've not actually heard that one. Shawn Michaels lookalike, could make a good living doing small appearances. I'm sure he makes a better living as a professional football manager than as a Shawn Michaels impersonator, because I'm not sure there's that much work for somebody doing that job in the UK. If people don't know who Shawn Michaels was, he used to be a wrestler in the WWE. Just Google him, and he does look like Gareth Ainsworth. It's gonna be a QPR throw in here. Pushing the back there, surely, ref. Oh, Ampadu gets a ball right in the face from Archie Gray, his own teammate, and he's gone down. You can't really stay down. I mean, it's not a head injury, is it? I mean, it is, but like, it would have hurt. It bonked him on the nose, but it's like. Let's have a look what happened here. Oh, yeah, it literally was Archie Gray just kicked the ball into Ethan Ampadu's face. Are you watching the QPR feed? Yeah. Bamford and Byram in intense conversation there. I wonder what they're actually talking about. I mean, that would have hurt Ampadu, but I mean, he's probably time wasting a little bit, but you didn't really need to stay down that long. Ampadu's back up. He's got to go off the pitch and then come back on again. The the QPR commentators just said, "Oh, the Leeds fans will boo anything." Yeah, we will actually. Sam Field with a throw in then by the Leeds United corner flag. Leeds moving to the top 6 on goal difference as Norwich are 2-1 down at Swansea. 6 teams on 16 points. Good ball into the... Well, it wasn't actually. It was an attempted ball into the box from QPR there, but cleared away by Leeds. And Bamford does really well to... Oh, unlucky Bamford. He does really well to try and spin his man. Mark Barlow saying teams that go up automatically win games like this. And yeah, I sincerely hope we hold on to this because it would be a very good victory. Leicester 3-0 Preston. Leicester City on 27 points from 10 matches. Jesus. Not great, is it? Like, for us, I mean. 3 foul throw. Is it all him? Because 2 of them have been him. Like, how can you not know how to give how to make a throw in? Both feet have to... Listen, Kenneth. Both feet has to be on the floor, and you have to release the ball behind your head. Good touch from Bamford. Cuts it inside. Poveda tries to keep hold of the ball. Does well, actually. Oh, that was not a foul from Poveda. Not a foul, ref. I'm sorry. It might look like one from behind, but it was not one. Patrick Bamford looking good. Great to have as an option, Timmy's saying. Yeah, I agree with that. I think like it's not necessarily that he has to start games, but it is really good to have him as an option on the bench. Somebody who scored 17 goals in the Premier League, just as QPR got into the box and had their first shot, and Meslier saved it off his chest. He didn't really have to move there, but in the end, it was a good save. Renee saying, "Well, that was scary." Yeah, Lyndon Dykes just fell to him. Ball into the box from Elias Chair. Well, it was actually flicked on, and then somehow Lyndon Dykes just got a foot to it, and Meslier had to save it with his chest, but he was there and he was big. Yeah, he was able to save that one. I think it might have been offside, actually, you know. But Meslier sends that one long. It's going to be Leeds throw-in, as Bamford tried to win that header, but it was headed away by, I think it was that Larkesh that's just come on. Sam Byram with the throw-in. Down the line towards Bamford with a nice little flick inside to Poveda. Poveda looking for some options into Byram. Byram with really good feet. Tries to play the ball down the line to Poveda, and then is taken off him by Larkesh, but then tackled really well by Byram. 89th minute then here. I think Gareth Ainsworth just stopped the ball with his hand, and all the Leeds fans are shouting handball. Good handball. He's just handballed it. Coley's just handballed it, and it's a Leeds free kick. That's another yellow card. That's 2 yellow cards. He should be sent off. The fact that when he went down and handled it there, right, that's a yellow card. Him grabbing the ball like that, and then him standing in front of somebody when they're trying to take a quick free kick, and then kicking it against him. That's also a yellow card. Literally, I'm telling you, should be a red card. That 2 yellows instantly after each other. Meslier clips that one forward towards Bamford, but Dunn manages to head it away. Then Byram tries to head it back down the line, but it's gone out for a QPR throw-in. Now Larkesh is going to try and get the ball down the line, but he gained so many yards there. Now Pascal Strauch sends it long. And what's that? Is that an offside against Bamford? Brad Music Chat saying there's no consistency with these rules on free kicks and kicking the ball away or obstructing them. No, there isn't. There never is. 8 minutes added on, by the way. I'm just going to add that on. We are 30 seconds into it, so remember that's 30 seconds behind that one, but at least you'll have some sort of idea. There's 30 seconds Begovic sends that one forwards. Bamford actually heads it back towards his own goal, and now Strauch manages to clear for a throw-in by the corner flag. QPR trying to take this throw-in, and they've thrown it back all the way to Adoma. Adoma's trying to clip that one forward into the box, and Mellier's up to catch it and falls on it nicely. That's just what we want to see from him. Mega Anthony saying same as VAR last season. I'm sure we were cheated out of 6 points last season. That could have been enough to keep us up, couldn't it, as well? Strauch with a long ball forward towards Bamford, and Bamford's actually in here. Bamford's in! That's a red card. Surely the goalkeeper took Bamford down then. He's gonna be sent. Begovic is gonna be sent. Is Begovic gonna be sent off? They're all crowding around the referee. Top pocket. That's a red. Top pocket. Begovic is sent off with 6 minutes left. Bamford was through on goal, man. I'm telling you, he took a nice flick round the goalkeeper, and Bamford was through on goal. And now Begovic is berating the referee. He's not going to change his mind. He's captain as well, Begovic. The thing is, I get that you'd be annoyed or whatever being sent off, but you can't just continue to berate the referee because you... let's have a look at this, because you've already been sent off. He's not going to change his mind. So Bamford takes it round the goalkeeper, and then I think Bamford might have dived, you know. I think oh. The QPR commentators just went, he just saw the angle where he wasn't touched and went, he didn't touch him, he's a diving cheat. He's a diving cheat. Oh my God, Lyndon Dykes is having to go in goal. This is class. Yeah, the QPR commentator. That's what I was laughing at. The QPR commentator just called him a diving cheat. Oh, I love it. Bielsa probably would have made QPR score. Although, no, to be fair, he wouldn't, because we didn't score off it. Oh, Begovic just lost his mind. And to be fair, I get why you would, because Bamford dived. Bamford completely dived. But when it doesn't happen to you, it's hilarious. Lyndon Dykes is now in goal, and he's going, 4-4, I want 4 in my wall. Like, if this goes on target, there's a good chance it goes in. Why would he even dive? No, because I don't think he was going to get to it. It was, to be fair, that was a very, very good dive. If we're talking about like dives, that's like a 10 out of 10, because he, like the way that Begovic's foot came towards him, that's the leg that he flicked out. And now the QPR coaching staff is getting a yellow card. The QPR commentators are going, you're wrong, ref. You've made it up. Oh, Bamford over this free kick. I swear to God, if Bamford scores this as well, if Bamford bags this, the QPR fans are going to be so fuming. He's a diving cheat. You've got it wrong, ref. You've made it up. Come on, Bamford. You've got to get this on target. If you get it on target, there's a very good chance it goes in. It's Lyndon Dykes is in goal. Are we having fun? Yeah, absolutely. It's the most fun I've had in ages. Bamford to take this free kick. Hits the wall. Come on, man. You've just got to get it on target. That's all you've got to do. And Josh, Rutter's now offside. Dykes can breathe for a second. Squeaky bum time is over for about 30 seconds for Dykes. And he's going to take a goal kick here with his outfield shorts. I tell you what, his goal kick's better than Begovic. I swear to God, if they score now, Can't believe Bamford dived. Yeah, but I mean, other players. That's happened to us, and we've been fuming. So I mean, football. It's what goes around comes around, doesn't it? So I mean, at some point we'll get a really bad decision against us. But I mean, it's not as if I don't know. It's not as if we weren't already winning the game, and we haven't scored from it yet. I know it's a red card to their goalkeeper, and they've had to put Lyndon Dykes in goal. But I think it'll be rescinded. Like, do you think he won't get a match ban or anything for it because he didn't actually touch him? I mean, all the Leeds fans are still laughing, I think. Ayling readying himself to take this throw in. Takes it long down the line. Cleared by QPR, and Rodon heads it safely back to Meslier, who can take as long as he likes to just pick that one up as soon as Chair comes anywhere near him. Maybe he didn't dive. You know, while I couldn't see the contact, it would be difficult to simulate Bamford's movement after. That's why I was saying it was a really good dive, because his movement after it really looked like he'd been hit. Meslier sends that one long. I'm pretty sure the commentator's saying something about Leeds getting fined £40,000 by the FA or something for the dive. Larkesh just heads that one out, and it's going to be a Leeds throw in right by the QPR corner flag. You've made it up, ref, has really tickled me. Yeah, it made me laugh as well. You've made it up, ref. You've made it up, ref. Just have a shot. Literally just have a shot from outside the box and it'll go in. It's literally Lyndon Dykes in goal. I guess that's what Pat has been practicing in his time off. You see, the thing is, when you're actually a Leeds fan, you know that Patrick Bamford's actually a really nice bloke. He seems like he's really got his head switched on. He cares about important issues and actually speaks up about them. And he talks about climate change and supports his mate's company and tries to do the stuff that for sustainability and all that sort of stuff, and you can just tell he's a nice bloke. But for some reason, I know that's one of the reasons that he does stuff like that, but a lot of opposition fans absolutely hate him for no reason, and that kind of it kind of makes me laugh, because I know that he's just actually seems like he's a nice bloke. It's actually 8 minutes and 29 seconds. Ignore that timer down below. It's about 40 seconds after that. Headed towards the Leeds goal. Then Meslier comes out and claims it. Rolls over. Meslier is going to send this one long. I feel like there is going to be more added time, you know, because of the penalty and not the VAR check, but because of the penalty and how long it took. Bamford is adjudged to have fouled the QPR defender there by holding onto his shirt. Lyndon Dykes is now going to send this one as long as he can towards the box. Would he have dived if he rounded him? Maybe he did. I think he saw that his touch had taken him away from taking the ball away. Charlie Cresswell might be coming on, you know. It's a hand in the face there from the QPR player. Bamford does well. Gets the ball to Ayling. Ayling down the line to Poveda. Good tackle there by Adoma, and it's gone out for a Leeds throw-in. Celebrity appearance for Cresswell, yeah. Probably just to waste a bit of time, to be honest. I don't know who he's going to come on for. Or is it Jorginho? Yeah, Jorginho Rutter's coming off, and Cresswell's coming on. Colley is just grabbing Rutter and trying to make him go off faster, but it's just slowing him down, because he's then going to talk to you. Rutter's just slowly striding off, clapping. And Charlie Cresswell enters the fray for what is actually 2 minutes after the additional time has elapsed. Smiling. Look at his little smile. You gotta love it. Cresswell's just saying, going through at the back with wing backs. So he's joining Road on. Bamford's taking it into the corner. The commentators are saying Bamford the cheat is dispossessed. Bamford the cheat is dispossessed. It's actually a corner to Leeds. Honestly, he's not going to claim that. Ayling's going to the corner flag and laughing his head off. Leeds are apps. This is what you love to see. Absolute housery. Yeah, I don't think he can say stuff like that, but I don't think he can say stuff like that. Bamford and Ayling are just stood in the corner flag laughing. The QPR commentators are getting so annoyed. This is class. This is much better than listening to the Leeds commentators. Welcome back to the championship. Yeah, Bamford the cheat is dispossessed. I can't believe he said that. Well, I can actually. Lyndon Dykes with a terrible goal kick. And then forward to Dan James, who is an absolute speed demon. Takes it towards the corner. Up against Larkesh. Crosses it into the box. Right to the back post, and Bamford can't quite get there. But Ayling does. Ayling thinks it's going to take it into the corner again. There goes the final whistle. 1-0. Oh. Get rid of those timers. Leeds United have won 1-0 in the Championship against QPR. A hilarious end to the game. A hilarious end to the game. The QPR players are actually shaking hands with Patrick Bamford, which is surprising considering what he's just done. But, let's be honest, didn't affect the result, did it? So, don't matter. Doesn't really matter, does it? How has Haley made 90 minutes? Well, there's not really anyone else to play in his position. All the Leeds players having a right laugh on the touchline. 1-0, 150 likes. Thank you very much, everybody. Great day all round. Yeah, fantastic. We've won again. Where does that put us in the table just before we finish? Leeds United table puts us sixth. Puts us into sixth place on 16 points. And who was it saying before? There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams all on 16 points. Sixth all the way down to 10th. That's not 6. Oh yeah, sorry, 5th all the way down to 10th. And that's Southampton that are 10th. And then behind them there's Birmingham on 15. And yeah, it's pretty even down there, apart from Sheffield Wednesday are on 2 points at the bottom. Lol. But yeah, I mean, great result. Great result. And Leeds are now up to 6th in the table. And slowly catching 3rd place Preston. Which I think there's a possibility that we get into that 3rd spot and then we sort of chip away at Ipswich and Leicester's lead on the division. But yeah, very happy with the result. Very happy. Thanks everybody for joining me. Really appreciate it. Yeah, and I'll be doing a match reaction now where you can get my instant reaction to the game, a bit more detail on what I thought about what actually happened and me basically just laughing at the last 10 minutes of the game. So check that out on the channel. That'll probably be out tomorrow as it's quite a late one. But yes, thanks very much for watching and I shall see you next time on Leeds Lately.